Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to recognize and thank the administration, County Executive Elrich and all his department heads and Office of Management and Budget and Finance and everybody that had to come together to put forth a budget proposal under these very difficult circumstances. Obviously, last year when we did receive the budget, the pandemic had not officially been declared, if you can use that term. But obviously, throughout all of last year, we've all had to work together as a very strong team to respond to the very difficult impacts of this pandemic on our residents and our economy, et cetera. And it is, I think, a testament to the work of previous administrations and councils that our fiscal situation, it is in pretty, I think, solid state, but that is something that obviously is very fragile. And so I do want to thank all the work that has gone into this. I want to thank our central office and all the analysts, of course, and our staff who are going to be busy working on looking through this budget, and we will get through it. Secondly, I want to just also make sure that we, as you will hear, keep in mind what it is that we are facing. Although it is definitely a much more optimistic budget that some of us had worried about, it is also true that there are a lot of elements that we are tracking vis-a-vis, for example, the money coming from the federal government, this American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA. It's so important for local jurisdictions, and we're so grateful to the Biden administration for recognizing that local jurisdictions need help. The state and local jurisdictions need help. But of course, as we try to figure out how to utilize these funds, let's not forget that this is a one-time situation, and it does call for us to stay on track with regards to our fiscal strength. So working to make sure that our fiscal strength remains a priority, as we have done in the past, to make sure that we're focusing also on economic development. And many of my colleagues have been working on these issues. We're all committed to doing this. We need to do this, side by side. We need to make sure that COVID relief and recovery continues to be a top priority. And also we need to make sure that we're continuing to put racial equity and social justice as a guiding principle in everything that we do, because the last thing we want is that when we are looking at a post-COVID-19 recovery, post-COVID-19 Montgomery County, the last thing we want is to realize that those disparities that we're so focused on have widened to a point that that it really does then work against everything that we stand for. So I wanted to, again, just frame this, because as we have to get into this work, on the one hand, it's very exciting to realize that, no, we're not facing, a horrible, horrible sort of deficit situation. But let's not forget the next year may be very different. And so we have to be very, very focused on what this means, what is the backdrop, and what should be our priorities moving forward. Again, I thank all my colleagues and thank everybody for all their work. And with that, Mr. President, I pass it over to you.